The shift has already begun. It is not something you must wait for, nor something that will arrive at a distant hour. It is happening in this very moment, because reality is no longer resisting you. Reality is now favoring you. Every man and woman lives in a world that mirrors back the contents of their inner state. The outer scene is only the shadow of the inner being. The change you have long prayed for, the blessing you have long imagined, has already been set into motion the moment you dared to accept it as real within yourself. Do not look outside and measure with the senses, for the senses will always show delay. They will always show you fragments of yesterday's thoughts. Instead, turn inward, where all power resides. There, in the secret place of imagination, is where the shift is born. When you assume your desire to be true, even if the outer denies it, something eternal takes hold, and the world bends itself to reflect that assumption. As the barriers you thought were fixed are crumbling. The people, places, and conditions that seemed opposed to you are silently transforming, because consciousness itself has chosen to favor you. What once stood in your way is now serving as a bridge to your fulfillment. Do not labor, do not strive with anxious effort. Simply rest in the knowing that it is done. Let the feeling of your answered prayer live in you now, for the more you dwell in this inner certainty, the faster the world outside rearranges itself to fit the image you have conceived. Trust this shift. It is real, it is active, and it is unstoppable. Life itself is conspiring to bless you, to lift you, to establish you in the very state you have imagined. The shift has begun, and reality at last is favoring you now. The shift in reality is not outside of you. It is the awakening of your inner world aligning with your desire. Too often we look outward, waiting for signs, hoping for circumstances to shift or for people to change. Yet the truth is that the world outside is but a mirror, faithfully reflecting the pattern of thought and feeling you carry within. Reality is not opposing you. It has only been echoing what you most consistently accept as true of yourself. The moment you awaken to this, the moment you recognize that your inner acceptance is the cause and the outer world the effect, everything begins to change. When you allow your imagination to embrace the state you long for, you ignite a silent power. It is not the frantic action of the body that shifts reality, but the calm assurance of the mind that already sees it done. Desire is not given to torment you. It is a signal that within you already exists the potential of fulfillment. The world you experience is shaped and molded by what you assume to be true, and when your inner state aligns with the desire, the outer must follow. This awakening is not dramatic or loud. It comes quietly, like a dawning light within. You begin to notice that what once troubled you now feels irrelevant, that where you once felt lack, you now sense completion. That subtle shift within is the seed, and once it is planted, nothing can prevent it from breaking through the soil of appearances and showing itself in form. Understand that you are not waiting for life to bring you what you want. Life is waiting for you to align with what you have already chosen inwardly. The instant you assume the state of being the one who already has, the unseen laws of consciousness begin their work. People move, events unfold, circumstances bend, all without your forcing or controlling, simply because your inner world has set the pattern. This is why the shift is not outside of you. If you search for it in the outer world, you will be deceived by appearances, thinking nothing is happening. But if you look inward, you will feel the assurance that everything is happening. The awakening is the recognition of your creative power, the certainty that what you hold within will soon clothe itself in fact. When your inner world awakens to its true alignment, you no longer live as a beggar of life, but as its master. Desire and fulfillment become one, and reality, having no choice, reveals the harmony that was already established within you. What you imagine and accept inwardly is now crystallizing outwardly. Every image you hold in the secret place of your mind is not a passing shadow, but a seed being sown into the soil of your reality. The world you see around you is not random, nor is it dictated by forces beyond your control. It is the unfolding of inner imaginal acts that have been sustained and accepted as truth. What you consistently entertain within, no matter how hidden it may seem, will inevitably harden into the facts of your outer experience. Imagination is not idle play, it is the creative workshop of life. When you close your eyes and dare to live in the end, to see yourself as already in possession of your desire, you are setting into motion laws that are as exact as gravity. The unseen forces of consciousness begin arranging the pieces of your world so that what was once invisible takes form. It does not matter how impossible it may seem to reason, for reason itself is limited by the evidence of the senses. But imagination is not bound by such limits. It reaches beyond what is seen and gives birth to what is unseen. Acceptance is the key. You may imagine countless things, but until you accept one of them as your reality, it remains a fleeting picture. The moment you inwardly consent, the moment you feel it as already done, you have claimed it as your own. This acceptance is not forced, nor is it achieved through struggle. It is a quiet knowing, a resting in the truth of what you have chosen. From that point onward, the outer world has no choice but to conform, for it is merely the reflection of the inner. Do not be deceived by time. What you imagine and accept does not instantly appear in form, but it is immediately set into motion. Just as a seed planted in the earth is hidden for a season before it pushes through the soil, your imaginal acts are working in the unseen until the moment of their manifestation. Trust this process. Remain faithful to the inner picture and do not uproot it with doubt. Life is crystallizing your inward acceptance right now. The conversations you hold with yourself, the visions you replay in your mind, the feelings you choose to dwell in, these are shaping the substance of tomorrow. What you imagine and accept inwardly is the cause. What you experience outwardly is the effect. Live then from the state of your fulfilled desire and watch as reality hardens into the very shape of your imagination. Obstacles are dissolving, for the law of consciousness bends everything in your favor. What once seemed immovable, what once appeared as a wall between you and your desire, is already losing its power. Life does not oppose you, it mirrors you, and as your inner state changes, the so-called barriers outside begin to shift, to crumble, to realign themselves until they serve as stepping stones to the very fulfillment you have claimed. A stepping stone where you think you have claimed. Consciousness is the only true power, and it is forever shaping the world according to the assumptions you hold within. No obstacle can withstand the force of an awakened mind, because what you persist in feeling and believing inwardly, must eventually find its expression outwardly. The outer world is pliable, it bends, it rearranges, it reshapes itself to match the inner conviction you carry. When you persist in the awareness that you are already the one you desire to be, every obstacle becomes temporary, every difficulty becomes a servant to your unfolding destiny. You may look at circumstances and feel resistance, but remember that what you see is only the residue of old states of consciousness. The moment you shift within, reality begins to dissolve the old and construct the new. What seemed like opposition is only the fading echo of a former belief. Do not cling to appearances, for they have no life of their own. They are shadows, and shadows cannot stand before the light of a new assumption. Think of how water wears away stone, not with force, not with struggle, but with quiet persistence. The water reshapes the hardest surface. So too does consciousness reshape the world. The more you dwell in the certainty of your desire fulfilled, the more reality itself must yield, bending its rigid forms into harmony with your inner truth. It is not your effort, but your faith, not your striving, but your knowing, that causes the dissolving of obstacles. Trust that life is already working in your favor. Even the very obstacles you once feared are being used to elevate you, to bring about the precise arrangement required for your blessing. Nothing is wasted, nothing is against you. The law of consciousness is absolute and it cannot fail. The moment you align within, the outer must bow. The unseen hand of life is arranging circumstances beyond your awareness. You may not see it with your physical eyes, nor hear it with your ears, but forces are already in motion on your behalf. The visible world is only a fraction of reality. The greater part of life operates in silence and invisibility, orchestrating connections, movements, and opportunities that are preparing to reveal themselves in perfect timing. While you may think nothing is happening, in truth, everything is happening. Consider how a seed grows beneath the soil. For a season, there is no visible sign of life, yet within the hidden depths, roots are forming, strength is building, and the seed is preparing to break through the surface. So it is with your desires. The unseen hand is arranging the details, people are being positioned, doors are being readied, circumstances are aligning, all without your conscious control. You are not meant to micromanage the process, only to hold faithfully to the end you have chosen. When you dare to imagine your desire fulfilled, you set into motion this unseen orchestration. Life bends itself around your inner conviction, moving pieces in ways the rational mind could never plan. A chance meeting, a sudden idea, an unexpected opening. All these are signs of the invisible hand at work. Yet even before these signs appear, you must trust that the work is already complete in the unseen. This is why you need not struggle or force events. Striving only reveals a lack of faith in the invisible process. Rest instead in the assurance that the moment you accepted your desire inwardly, its fulfillment was guaranteed. From that point onward, the unseen hand took over, weaving together threads of circumstance that will eventually display the pattern of your inner vision. There is a wisdom far greater than your conscious planning, and it is guiding every step. What seems like delay may be protection. What feels like detour may be preparation. Every detail is being managed with the precision you could never orchestrate. Your task is not to question how or when, but to live now in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, knowing that the unseen hand is faithful and unfailing, and your only true task is to dwell in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Everything else is secondary, for the outer world is but a reflection of the inner state you consistently occupy. Too often we exhaust ourselves with action, with planning, with endless striving to control events. Yet the secret lies not in effort, but in assumption. The true labor is inward, to imagine, to accept, and to rest in the conviction that what you have desired is already yours. When you dwell in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are no longer chasing after the thing you want. You are living as though it is already here. This inner position of being transforms everything. It is not pretending, nor is it mere daydreaming. It is the conscious choice to embody the state of fulfillment. The mind does not wait for proof. It supplies the proof by feeling. And once you have felt the reality of your desire, life has no option but to mirror it back in form. The temptation is always to look outward, to search for evidence, or to worry about the process. But this only reveals that you have not yet taken possession of the state within. The only responsibility you carry is to return again and again to the inner assurance, it is done. To sit quietly in imagination, to hear the words you would hear, to feel the emotions you would feel, to live inwardly in the reality of your wish. This is the true practice. All else will be managed for you. Circumstances, events, and people are but instruments moved by the unseen law of consciousness. The moment you fix your inner world upon the state of having, the outer world begins its work of rearrangement. You need not force, manipulate, or struggle, for what you have accepted within is already taking shape without. Then, trust to the right process. Take the courage. Think of how you fall asleep each night. You surrender, you release, you simply let go, and the body restores itself without your effort. So too is it with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You rest in it. You allow it to saturate your being, and life itself completes the work. The seed of assumption grows quietly, but it never fails to bear fruit. Reality is now conspiring for your good, and nothing can stop what is already yours. Life is not against you. It is moving with you, bending and reshaping itself to deliver the very thing you have claimed within. Too often we are trained to believe that reality is hostile, that circumstances are obstacles, or that others hold the power to deny us what we seek. Yet the truth is far greater. Reality itself is your servant. And once you have accepted your desire inwardly, the world begins to weave its threads in your favor. This is not wishful thinking, but law. The outer world is nothing more than a mirror of your inner state, and once you dwell in the feeling of possession, possession becomes inevitable. What you hold with conviction within is already set in motion without. No opposition, no delay, no seeming difficulty has the power to stop what is yours by right of assumption. Just as no one can deny the rising of the sun, so no one can deny the manifestation of a state that has been fully accepted within consciousness. Look carefully and you will notice the signs. Situations begin to shift. People speak words that align with your desire. Doors that were once closed open with ease. You may call it coincidence, but it is not chance. It is reality conspiring on your behalf. The law is exact, and it will never betray you. Once you have dared to see yourself in possession of the wish fulfilled, the world bends itself to deliver it. Even delays and detours serve you. What feels like waiting may be preparation. What seems like rejection may be protection. Everything is serving a greater unfolding. Reality is not random, it is precise, mathematical, and utterly faithful to the state you carry within. This is why you need not fear. You cannot lose what is already yours, for what has been accepted inwardly is as good as done. Release the struggle and rest in this truth. Reality is working for you, not against you. The unseen hand is guiding events, moving people, aligning circumstances with flawless precision. Your part is simple. Hold the inner conviction, dwell in the joy of fulfillment, and let life reveal the form in its perfect way. The shift has already begun, and it is unfolding in your favor. You no longer need to struggle, chase, or force life into alignment, for reality itself is bending to the power of your inner conviction. What you imagine and accept as true within is now hardening into fact without. The obstacles you once feared are dissolving, and the unseen hand of life is arranging every detail for your good. Your only task is to dwell in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, to rest in the quiet certainty that what you have claimed inwardly is already yours. Reality is no longer resisting you. It is conspiring to lift you, bless you, and establish you in the state you have chosen. Trust this process, live in the end, and know that nothing and no one can stop what has already been secured within your consciousness. The shift has begun. Reality is favoring you now. Thank you.
Let me share a powerful truth: your thoughts shape your world. And if you want others to think about you, you must first understand that their thoughts are a reflection of what you impress upon them. If you are to make someone think about you non-stop, you must take control of your inner world and plant the seeds of your desire in the garden of your imagination. The first step is simple: live in the end. Don't focus on the means, focus on the result. See, feel, and know that the person you desire to think of you is already thinking of you in the exact way you wish. What you think about, you create. When you live in the end, you not only impress that thought on yourself, but also create the emotional atmosphere for it to be impressed upon others. Imagination is the tool we all have, but so few use it wisely. Imagine right now that someone is thinking about you non-stop. What would it feel like? Would you feel loved, valued, admired? Would you feel the power of their attention on you? Let yourself truly believe and feel it. The more you immerse yourself in the experience of being thought of by them, the more you will make it a reality. But before you seek attention from others, begin by giving it to yourself. Become someone who cannot help but think of themselves in positive, loving, and powerful ways. When you reflect that energy back to yourself, others will begin to see you in the same light. When you are your own greatest admirer, the world will follow suit. Your thoughts are not merely fleeting ideas passing through your mind. They are the powerful creative force that shapes your life and the world around you. The idea that your reality is a reflection of your inner world is not just a philosophical concept, it is a fundamental truth of how the universe operates. What you focus on internally, what you dwell on, is what manifests externally. This principle applies not only to your circumstances, but also to how others perceive and think about you. If you desire for others to think about you, the first step is to cultivate thoughts about them in a way that creates a magnetic pull, drawing their attention to you. The law of attraction is based on the premise that energy flows where attention goes. If you consistently focus your thoughts on a specific person, imagining them thinking about you, imagining them admiring you, or even simply thinking about you with affection or curiosity, you begin to send out that very energy. Your thoughts are not confined to your mind alone. They radiate out and influence the world around you. This means that by focusing on someone thinking about you, you are essentially setting the stage for them to do just that. You are planting a seed in the universe, and that seed grows as long as you nurture it with your belief and emotional engagement. But this principle doesn't just apply to the people you wish to have thinking about you. It applies to everything in your life. Everything you experience in your external world is a reflection of your internal state. If you spend your time thinking about opportunities, possibilities, and success, you will begin to see those things manifest in your world. If you dwell on lack, fear, or rejection, you will see those things reflect back to you. In the same way, when you focus on others thinking positively about you, it becomes a magnet for their thoughts. They will pick up on that energy, often without even realizing it, and begin thinking about you in the very ways you've imagined. The key here is intention. It's not just about random thoughts or idle daydreams. It's about consciously directing your thoughts toward a specific outcome. If you want someone to think about you, you need to approach it with a sense of certainty and purpose. Imagine them thinking about you in the way that you desire. Visualize their thoughts turning to you, their attention being focused on you, whether in admiration, curiosity, or even a deep personal connection. As you consistently dwell on this, you create a field of energy that draws them into your orbit. This process requires more than just wishful thinking. It requires emotional engagement. When you think about someone, don't just picture them superficially, feel the emotions that come with it. Feel the excitement, the joy, or the warmth of their thoughts. This emotional connection amplifies the thought, infusing it with energy and making it even more powerful. This is why emotions are so crucial to the process of manifestation. Thoughts alone are powerful, but when combined with strong emotions, they become nearly unstoppable in their ability to influence your external reality. Another important aspect of this process is the understanding that your inner world has to be aligned with the outcome you desire. If you want someone to think about you positively, you cannot be consumed by doubt or insecurity. Those negative thoughts will only create resistance in your mind, and you'll be sending out conflicting signals to the universe. Instead, cultivate confidence in your ability to shape their perception of you. Trust that your thoughts have power, and that by consistently focusing on them, you will create the reality you desire. The truth is, the moment you realize that your thoughts are the building blocks of your reality, you gain control over your life in ways you may never have imagined. It's not about manipulating others, it's about aligning your inner world with the outcomes you desire. When you focus on others thinking about you with the same intensity and belief that you focus on other areas of your life, you will find that your relationships, your connections, and even the way people respond to you will shift. They will begin to think about you, and you'll start to see those thoughts manifest in your interactions with them. That the power to influence the thoughts of others starts with you. It starts with the thoughts you choose to focus on, the energy you put into them, and the belief you have that they are already becoming a reality. If you can cultivate this inner certainty and emotional engagement, you will create a reality where others are constantly thinking about you, drawn to you by the magnetic force of your thoughts. Living in the end is one of the most powerful principles you can apply to manifest your desires and shape your reality. It is the act of mentally and emotionally stepping into the end result of your desires, as if they are already here. When you picture the desired outcome as if it is happening right now, you align yourself with that reality, and in doing so, you create the emotional state and vibration that naturally draws others into your energy field. This practice is not merely about visualizing, it's about becoming so emotionally connected to the desired outcome that it feels real to you in the present moment. Imagine for a moment that the thing you desire is already yours. Whether it's a person thinking about you, a specific opportunity, or a life-changing event, see it clearly in your mind's eye as if it's happening in this very instant. Feel the excitement, joy, or peace that would accompany this moment. By imagining it in this way, you are not just passively wishing for it, you are actively living in the emotional state of having it. This is the key. You must embody the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The emotional state you cultivate through this practice is not just a fleeting emotion, it is a powerful vibrational energy that broadcasts out into the universe. Emotions are the language of the subconscious mind, And your subconscious mind does not differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. When you create strong, positive emotions around your desired outcome, you impress that energy onto your subconscious, and your subconscious, in turn, directs you toward the experiences, actions, and people that will bring that outcome into your physical reality. The key is to feel the reality of your desire as if it has already occurred, which then aligns your energy with that of your wish. Living in the end requires a shift in your perception. Rather than focusing on the steps that need to be taken to get to your goal, or worrying about whether it will actually happen, you must focus solely on the feeling of having achieved it. This is a subtle but powerful shift. It removes all doubts, all limitations, and all fears. You no longer concern yourself with the how or the when. You simply focus on the fact that it is already done. You live in the end result, and that is where your power lies. When you make this shift, you begin to create an energy field around you that naturally attracts others to you. People are drawn to the energy of certainty, confidence, and alignment. When you live in the end, your vibration becomes magnetic, and those around you can feel that you are living from a place of fulfillment and joy. This emotional state and vibration are irresistible, and others can't help but be pulled into your presence. They feel the energy you are emitting, and in turn they start thinking about you, connecting with you, and taking action that brings them closer to you. This practice also removes the need for external validation. You are no longer waiting for others to initiate the connection or show interest. You are living in the end result, and that energy does the work for you. It is a shift from being passive to being active in the creation of your life. When you live in the end, you are not at the mercy of external circumstances. Instead, you are creating your own world, one that aligns perfectly with the energy you are projecting. Living in the end also removes resistance. Often, when you focus too much on the future, you create tension or anxiety around the desire. You wonder when it will happen or if it will happen at all. By mentally and emotionally stepping into the end result, you eliminate this resistance. There is no room for doubt or fear, because you are already experiencing the outcome. You've already won in your mind and heart, and that victory ripples out into the physical world. The more you practice living in the end, the more natural it becomes. You begin to move through life with the confidence that your desires are already on their way, because in your mind, they already exist. This mental state of fulfillment and emotional alignment becomes your dominant vibration, and that is what draws others into your world. They are drawn to your certainty, your peace, and your radiance. Living in the end is about aligning your inner world with the outer world you wish to create. By mentally and emotionally stepping into the reality of your desires, you magnetize that reality to you, and the world around you responds to the vibration you are sending out. Imagination is a tool that holds immense power, more than most people realize. It is not just a passive act of daydreaming, it is an active force that shapes your reality. Through imagination, you can mold your inner world, and by extension, you influence the outer world. One of the most profound ways to use your imagination is to shape how others perceive you. When you imagine that someone cannot stop thinking about you, you are not merely wishing for this outcome, you are actively planting the seed that will eventually grow into that very reality. Imagination is the bridge between the visible and invisible worlds. What you imagine does not exist yet in the physical realm, but it exists fully in your mind. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. When you visualize someone thinking about you, your mind perceives that as a real event, and it begins to create the energy and emotional state that aligns with that imagined outcome. This energetic shift sends out vibrations into the universe, which influence your interactions with the people around you, and over time, the people you imagine will start to reflect the thoughts and feelings you have projected onto them. When you visualize someone constantly thinking about you, you are aligning your energy with that thought. The imagination works through emotional engagement, so it's not just enough to picture the person thinking about you, your task is to feel it. Feel the emotions of being the center of their thoughts. Feel the excitement, the warmth, the connection. This emotional connection amplifies the power of your imagination and sends out a stronger signal into the universe. This energy will then resonate with the energy of the person you have in mind, eventually attracting them to you and making them think about you more than they did before. What's even more fascinating is that the power of imagination does not require the other person's conscious participation. They don't need to know that you are imagining them thinking about you. The beauty of imagination is that it works on a level deeper than logic or reasoning. It works on the subconscious, where thoughts, feelings, and actions are influenced by invisible forces. As you focus on them thinking about you, your mental imagery is setting the stage for the subconscious mind of the other person to begin to perceive you in the exact way you've imagined. This is the magic of imagination. It allows you to influence others without their direct awareness. As you continue to imagine the outcome you desire, your own energy begins to resonate with that frequency. People are subconsciously attuned to the vibrations around them, and they are drawn to the energy you emit. This is why when you are aligned with your desires through imagination, people begin to mirror the thoughts and feelings you have been cultivating within yourself. They start thinking about you, reaching out to you, or perhaps finding reasons to connect with you more often. Imagination is also a tool for consistency. If you maintain the mental image of someone thinking about you with unwavering belief, you create a strong energetic force that cannot be easily disrupted. Just as a magnet pulls metal objects toward it, the energy you project through your consistent imagination draws people toward your thoughts. The more you engage with this imagination, the stronger its influence becomes. The power of imagination works in tandem with the law of attraction. The more vividly you imagine someone thinking about you, the more likely it is that this scenario will begin to unfold in your life. It is not enough to simply imagine them thinking about you. Once, you must nurture the thought regularly and allow yourself to experience the emotions of it fully. In doing so, you create a powerful energetic frequency that acts as a beacon, guiding that person's thoughts toward you. Through imagination, you are not just hoping or wishing for someone to think about you, you are actively creating the conditions for them to do so. When you use your imagination in this way, you step into a place of power, knowing that you are shaping your reality through your thoughts and emotions. The more you embrace this power, the more you will see the world around you responding to the energy you are sending out. By imagining that someone cannot stop thinking about you, you are planting the seed that will grow into a reality where their thoughts are indeed consumed by you. To make others think about you non-stop, the first step is to focus on yourself. This may sound counterintuitive, but the truth is, the more you nurture and strengthen your inner confidence, self-worth, and uniqueness, the more you create an energy that others are naturally drawn to. The key is to first become irresistible in your own eyes. When you are fully aligned with your own self-esteem and radiate a sense of fulfillment and purpose, the world around you cannot help but reflect that energy. Others will begin to perceive you in the same light that you perceive yourself, and they will start thinking about you constantly. Confidence is the foundation of this process. When you believe in your own value and capabilities, you project an energy that makes you magnetic to others. Confidence is not about being perfect or always having the right answers, but about being comfortable in your own skin. It's about knowing who you are, accepting your strengths and weaknesses, and owning your worth without seeking validation from others. When you cultivate this inner confidence, you no longer need approval or attention to feel good about yourself. Instead, you radiate an energy that naturally attracts others because they can sense that you are at peace with who you are. Self-worth plays an equally important role in this process. It is impossible to attract the attention of others if you do not value yourself first. The way you perceive yourself is the way others will perceive you. If you see yourself as worthy of love, success, and respect, others will mirror that perception and treat you accordingly. On the other hand, if you struggle with feelings of inadequacy or doubt, you may unintentionally push people away or fail to command the attention you desire. Cultivating self-worth means recognizing your intrinsic value, regardless of external circumstances. When you build this foundation of self-love and self-respect, others cannot help but see you in the same light, and their thoughts will naturally be drawn to you. Uniqueness is another key factor in becoming irresistible. The most captivating people are those who are unapologetically themselves. When you embrace your individuality and express it freely, you set yourself apart from the crowd. Trying to fit in or conform to others' expectations will only diminish your magnetism. But when you confidently display your unique traits, interests, and passions, you become someone that others cannot stop thinking about. People are attracted to authenticity because it offers something real and refreshing in a world full of imitation. When you stand out by being your true self, others will naturally be intrigued by your energy and want to know more about you. As you focus on cultivating these qualities within yourself, something remarkable begins to happen. You start to radiate an energy that others are subconsciously drawn to. People are highly attuned to the energy around them, and when you project confidence, self-worth, and authenticity, you create a magnetic field that pulls others toward you. This is not about manipulation or force, it's about aligning with your true essence and letting that energy do the work for you. You no longer need to chase attention or approval, because your energy will naturally attract it. When you focus on yourself first, you create a solid foundation of inner strength that gives you the ability to withstand any external challenges or doubts. You are no longer dependent on others for validation or happiness. Instead, you find fulfillment within yourself, and this sense of completeness makes you even more attractive. People are drawn to those who are self-sufficient and emotionally secure, as they offer a sense of stability and confidence that is hard to resist. As you continue to build this inner foundation, you will notice that others start reflecting the energy you put out. They will begin to think about you more often, drawn by the magnetic energy you exude. They will want to be around you, connect with you, and share in the vibrancy that you radiate. The more you focus on your own growth and self-love, the more others will mirror that energy and be captivated by your presence. The most powerful way to make others think about you non-stop is to become someone who cannot stop thinking about themselves in the most positive and empowering way. When you take the time to nurture your confidence, self-worth, and uniqueness, you not only transform your own life, but you also create an irresistible presence that others are naturally drawn to. By focusing on yourself first, you align your energy with the law of attraction, and others will reflect the beauty and power you have cultivated within. To bring your desires into reality, you must learn to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This means feeling the emotions of your desired outcome as if it has already occurred. When it comes to making someone think about you non-stop, the key lies in fully immersing yourself in the emotion of them already being preoccupied with you. Your emotions are powerful forces that influence your vibrational energy, and by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are aligning yourself with the energy that will draw that person into your thoughts and ultimately into your presence. Emotion is the driving force behind manifestation. When you feel the emotions associated with your desire, you send out a vibrational frequency that the universe responds to. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is not simply about imagining the outcome, it's about experiencing the emotions of that outcome as if it is happening right now. This shift in energy has the power to attract the very thing you desire. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are sending out a magnetic vibration that draws people and circumstances into your life that match your emotional state. Imagine for a moment that the person you want to think about you non-stop is already thinking about you. You can feel their thoughts on you, the curiosity they have, the way they are drawn to you. Now imagine how that feels, how it fills you with a sense of excitement, happiness, or even anticipation. These feelings are not just fleeting emotions, they are energy frequencies that align with the law of attraction. When you allow yourself to truly feel as if the person is consumed with thoughts of you, you are matching the energy that will pull them toward you. This emotional state is incredibly powerful. Your feelings emit vibrations that extend beyond your physical body. You may not see it with your eyes, but your energy affects everything around you. When you dwell in the emotional state of your desire being fulfilled, you are unconsciously sending out signals to the universe and to that person that you are already living in the reality you wish to create. The more you feel the emotions as though they are happening right now, the more magnetic you become to the other person. The emotional vibration you send out is not bound by logic or reasoning. It does not require the other person to be consciously aware of your feelings or thoughts. You don't need to take any specific actions or manipulate situations. All you need to do is assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and allow the universe to work on your behalf. By deeply immersing yourself in the emotions of the desired outcome, you become a magnet to the energy you seek, and people begin to respond to that vibration. The power of this process lies in your ability to surrender to the emotions and let go of any doubts or resistance. Often people try to force outcomes or become overly focused on how things will happen. But this need for control only creates friction in the manifestation process. Instead, the key is to feel the emotion as if it has already come to pass and trust that the universe will align the circumstances to make it so. When you let go of the need to control, you create space for the natural flow of energy to bring your desires to fruition. Feeling the emotions of the wish fulfilled also helps to remove any sense of lack or desperation. When you feel that the person is already thinking about you non-stop, there is no urgency or need to chase them. Instead, you create a sense of calm and certainty within yourself, knowing that your energy is already working to pull them into your reality. This emotional state creates a powerful alignment with the law of attraction, drawing the person to you without you having to take any overt action. They begin to think about you because your energy is vibrating at a frequency that matches the outcome you desire. The emotional vibration you generate has a ripple effect that impacts the world around you. People are naturally attuned to emotions and energies, and when you emit a strong emotional frequency of already being thought about, they cannot help but respond to it. They may not consciously understand why they are thinking about you, but on a deeper level, they are being magnetized by the energy you are putting out. The key to attracting the thoughts and attention of others is to let go of neediness. When you stop desperately seeking validation or approval, something profound happens. You become magnetic. This shift is subtle yet powerful. Neediness is rooted in a sense of lack and insecurity. And when you operate from this space, you send out a vibration of desperation. People can sense this energy, and instead of being drawn to you, they may feel repelled or disconnected. However, when you release this need for validation, you tap into an inner peace and power that naturally draws others in. Neediness is often driven by a fear of not being enough or not being seen. It arises from the belief that we are incomplete unless others recognize or acknowledge us. But this belief is a trap. The truth is, we are complete and whole as we are. When you realize this, you stop seeking external validation to feel good about yourself. Instead, you turn inward and recognize your inherent worth, regardless of whether or not others affirm it. Releasing neediness begins with cultivating self-love and acceptance. When you love yourself deeply, you no longer seek approval from the outside world. You know your value, and you no longer need anyone to confirm it. This kind of inner confidence radiates outwards and affects everyone you interact with. People are naturally drawn to those who are secure in their own sense of self, and when you stop trying to prove yourself, you become an irresistible force. Neediness also often stems from a sense of fear and lack. When you are afraid that you won't get what you want or that others won't think about you, you unconsciously project a sense of lack. This energy of fear and desperation repels others, as it creates an atmosphere of tension and anxiety. When you let go of these fears, you begin to cultivate an energy of abundance and certainty. You no longer feel that you need anything from anyone because you are already whole and complete. This sense of peace and self-sufficiency is magnetic. People are drawn to it because they subconsciously sense that you are someone who has a deep connection with your own power, and that is something they want to be around. When you stop trying too hard to attract attention, you create space for others to come to you. People are often most attracted to those who are at ease, who don't appear to be trying to impress or manipulate others. It's the people who exude confidence and serenity, who aren't overly concerned with the opinions of others, who are the most captivating. When you stop pushing for validation, you naturally begin to attract positive attention and energy from those around you. The energy of neediness is draining, not only for you but also for those around you. Constantly seeking approval or attention can create a sense of discomfort in others, as they may feel the pressure of your expectations. This dynamic can create an unhealthy attachment where you are always looking for the next source of validation. But when you let go of the need to please others or to have them constantly thinking about you, you create a sense of freedom within yourself and in your relationships. This freedom is contagious. Others will begin to feel at ease in your presence because they don't sense the weight of your expectations. It's also important to recognize that the desire to be constantly thought about is not necessarily rooted in healthy self-esteem. True self-confidence is not about having everyone's attention, it's about being secure enough in yourself that you don't need external validation to feel complete. When you are not attached to the idea of being constantly on someone's mind, you release the pressure of needing their attention to feel worthy. This shift allows you to tap into a deeper level of attraction that is rooted in self-assurance, authenticity, and peace. When you release neediness, you attract people who are genuinely interested in you, rather than people who are simply responding to the energy of desperation. The right people will be drawn to your true essence, not to the false energy that comes from seeking constant validation. This makes your connections with others more meaningful and authentic. You begin to form relationships based on mutual respect and genuine interest, rather than on the need for approval. Letting go of neediness is the key to attracting the thoughts and attention of others. When you stop trying so hard and release the need for validation, you tap into an energy of inner peace, confidence, and authenticity. This energy is magnetic and naturally draws others to you. People are attracted to those who are secure in themselves, and when you cultivate this inner peace, you will find that others will be drawn to you in ways that are effortless and natural. By letting go of neediness, you allow the universe to bring to you the attention and connection you truly deserve. In conclusion, the journey of attracting the thoughts and attention of others is rooted in the power of inner peace, self-confidence, and emotional alignment. When you stop trying so hard, release neediness, and assume the feeling of your desired outcome, you become a magnetic force. By focusing on yourself first, cultivating your inner worth, and trusting the universe, you align with the energy that draws others naturally into your life. Remember, the key is to stop chasing and instead let your energy do the work. You are already worthy, and when you step into this truth, everything you desire will begin to manifest effortlessly. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and may you move forward with confidence, knowing that the thoughts and attention of others are already on their way to you. What does it mean to be chosen? It means you have the power to shape your world. The universe does not hand this role to just anyone. It calls on those who are ready, those who can hear the whispers beneath the noise of daily life. And you heard it, that's why you're here. The desires stirring within you are not arbitrary. They are divine instructions planted in your heart to guide you toward your destiny. Do you feel it? That deep pull towards something greater, something extraordinary. That is your calling. And if you dare to trust it, you will find that the entire universe bends to your will. You may wonder, why me? Why not you? The power to create has always been within you, but only now are you awakening to it. There are no coincidences, no chance encounters. Everything in your life has led to this moment. Every joy, every challenge, every tear, it was all preparation. But let me be clear, the power of the chosen one comes with a requirement. You must step into your role fully, without hesitation. The first step: see yourself as you wish to be. Not as the person others think you are, but as the magnificent creator you are destined to become. Act as if your vision is already real. Feel it, breathe it, live it. Doubt will knock at your door, it always does, but you must silence it. The only thing standing between you and the life you desire is your own disbelief. Trust in the unseen forces working tirelessly in your favor. Take a deep breath and consider this: there are no coincidences in the universe. Everything in your life has been orchestrated with divine precision, each moment a step in a grander design. If you found this message, it is not by chance, it is because you were meant to hear it. Something within you has called you to this exact moment, and the universe has responded. Whether you are aware of it or not, every thought, every action, and every experience is aligned to bring you here. Think about the twists and turns your life has taken. The moments of joy, the heartbreaks, the triumphs, and even the struggles, they have all played their part in shaping you into the person you are today. Perhaps there were times when you felt lost, questioning why certain things happened the way they did. Yet if you look back with an open heart, you may see that every setback carried a lesson, every detour a hidden blessing. These moments were not random, they were stepping stones guiding you toward a greater purpose. You are here now because you are ready to awaken to that purpose. Something deep within you has been whispering, urging you to seek more, to seek meaning, connection, and truth. That whisper is not a mere thought, it is the voice of the universe speaking to your soul. It has guided you through countless experiences, subtly orchestrating the events of your life so you could arrive at this very moment, ready to hear this message. The universe operates in ways that often seem incomprehensible, weaving together people, events, and circumstances in intricate patterns beyond our understanding. The person you sat next to on a train, the book you stumbled upon, the seemingly insignificant decisions you made, all of these threads are interconnected, forming a tapestry that is uniquely yours. You are not here by accident, your presence here is part of that divine tapestry. The words you are hearing now are not random. They are a key, unlocking something within you that has always been there but was waiting for the right moment to be revealed. It's easy to dismiss certain events in our lives as mere happenstance. But when you begin to pay attention, you will notice the synchronicities, the subtle ways the universe communicates with you. A song playing at just the right moment, a conversation that speaks directly to what you've been feeling, or a message like this one finding its way to you when you need it most. These are not coincidences, they are signs, reminders that you are on the right path. You might be wondering why you were led here, why this message found you. The answer is simple yet profound: because you are ready. Ready to embrace your power, to recognize that you are a co-creator of your reality, and to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The universe has been preparing you for this moment, aligning every detail of your journey so that you could hear these words and know deep within that they are meant for you. What you do with this realization is up to you. You can choose to dismiss it, to continue as though life is a series of random events. Or you can choose to embrace the truth that everything happens for a reason, that you are being guided towards something greater. This message is not just a coincidence, it is an invitation. An invitation to step into your power, to trust in the unseen forces that are working in your favor, and to take the next step on your journey with faith and confidence. You are not here by accident. You are here because you are ready to awaken to your purpose, to see the divine perfection in every moment, and to trust that the universe is always conspiring for your highest good. Let this truth sink in: there are no coincidences. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Take a moment to reflect on the extraordinary truth that the power to shape your life is not something you must search for outside yourself. It has always been within you, waiting for you to recognize it. Everything you experience, every joy, challenge, or opportunity, originates not from the external world, but from the beliefs, thoughts, and visions you hold within your mind. You are the creator of your reality, and what you imagine with conviction becomes the life you live. From the moment you were born, this power has been a part of you, quietly influencing your journey. Yet so often people live as though they are at the mercy of circumstances, as though life is something that happens to them rather than something they are actively shaping. This misconception arises from looking outward for answers, searching for validation or direction in a world that merely reflects the contents of their inner state. Consider this: the life you see around you is like a mirror, showing you the sum of your dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. If you constantly dwell on lack, struggle, or fear, these experiences will manifest and multiply in your reality. Not because the world is inherently harsh or unkind, but because the universe is responding to the energy you are radiating. It simply echoes back to you what you hold as true. On the other hand, when you imagine abundance, peace, and joy with unwavering belief, these become the themes of your existence. The key to harnessing this creative power lies in your imagination. Imagination is not just a fleeting daydream or a tool for idle fantasy, it is the workshop of creation. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, and every transformation began as a thought, vividly imagined and held with conviction. When you see yourself as the person you wish to become, when you feel the emotions of having already achieved your desires, you set powerful forces in motion. The universe begins to rearrange itself, aligning circumstances, opportunities, and people to bring your vision into physical form. But this process requires more than fleeting thoughts or wishful thinking. It demands a deep, inner conviction and knowing that what you imagine is as real as the ground beneath your feet. Faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, the unseen and the seen. When you align your inner world with the reality you desire, when you live and act as though it is already yours, your outer world will inevitably conform. Doubt and fear are the only obstacles that can disrupt this process. They are the voices that tell you it's impossible, that you're not worthy, or that circumstances are beyond your control. But these voices are illusions, born of past conditioning and false beliefs. They hold no real power unless you give it to them. When you learn to silence those doubts and replace them with unwavering faith in your creative ability, nothing can stand in your way. It's important to remember that your power to create is always active, whether you use it consciously or not. Every thought you entertain, every emotion you dwell on, is shaping your reality. The question is not whether you are creating, but what you are creating. Are you building a life of fulfillment, purpose, and joy? Or are you unconsciously perpetuating patterns of limitation and struggle? The choice is always yours, and the moment you decide to take control, your entire life can change. The world around you is malleable, a reflection of your inner state. It is not fixed or unyielding, it responds to the energy you project. You are not a victim of circumstances, nor are you bound by the limitations others may impose on you. You have the ability to transcend any obstacle, to rise above any challenge, simply by shifting your focus inward and aligning your thoughts with the reality you wish to experience. This is the profound truth: you are the creator of your reality. The power to shape your life is not something external, it is within you, as close as your next thought. When you imagine with conviction, when you feel the certainty of already having what you desire, you set the wheels of creation in motion. Trust in this process and you will witness the extraordinary power you hold. The life you dream of is not far away, it is within you, waiting to be brought to life. Your desires are not arbitrary whims or fleeting fantasies, they are profound signals from the universe, guiding you toward the person you are meant to become. They arise not by chance but with divine purpose, serving as whispers from the infinite, urging you to step into your true role. To dismiss your desires as trivial is to overlook the sacred guidance embedded within them. These longings are the compass of your soul, pointing you toward growth, fulfillment, and the realization of your highest potential. It is important to understand that your desires are not selfish or indulgent. They are divine impulses meant to inspire and uplift you. The longing for abundance, love, creativity, or purpose is not simply about achieving something external. It is about the transformation that occurs within you as you pursue these goals. In reaching for what you desire, you evolve, grow, and step into greater alignment with the truth of who you are. When you feel a deep yearning for something, it is a sign that it is already possible for you. The universe does not plant desires in your heart without also providing the means for their fulfillment. The very fact that you can imagine it is evidence that it exists as a potential reality. Your role is to nurture that seed, to believe in it, and to align your actions with the vision it represents. This is how you co-create with the universe, turning what begins as an inner whisper into a tangible experience. Yet, so many people resist their desires. They let doubt, fear, or societal expectations convince them that their dreams are unrealistic or unworthy of pursuit. They suppress their longings, telling themselves it is safer to settle for less. But the truth is, ignoring these divine signals only leads to stagnation and dissatisfaction. The discomfort you feel when you deny your desires is the universe's way of nudging you back onto your path. It is a reminder that you are meant for more, that there is untapped potential within you waiting to be realized. To embrace your desires is to honor the divine within you. It is to acknowledge that you are a vessel for creation capable of bringing forth beauty, joy, and abundance into the world. This does not mean chasing after fleeting pleasures or material possessions without purpose. True desires go deeper than surface level wants. They resonate with your core being, inspiring you to live with passion, intention, and authenticity. As you move toward your desires, you will encounter challenges. These are not meant to discourage you, but to strengthen you, to help you refine your vision and cultivate the faith needed to bring it to life. Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow, to deepen your trust in the process, and to reaffirm your commitment to your path. The universe does not test you to punish you, it tests you to prepare you for the magnitude of what you are creating. Your desires are divine signals, and they carry with them the promise of fulfillment. When you honor them, you step into alignment with the flow of life, where everything you need begins to find its way to you. The people, resources, and opportunities that support your vision will appear, often in ways that seem miraculous. This is not luck, it is the natural result of living in harmony with your purpose. Do not ignore the whispers of your soul. They are not there to tease you, but to guide you, to remind you that you are a powerful co-creator in this vast universe. Trust the desires that stir your heart, for they are the roadmap to your greatest life. Believe in their divine origin and move toward them with faith, courage, and joy. In doing so, you will not only transform your life, but also fulfill the sacred role you were destined to play. The present moment is the most powerful tool you possess. It is not merely a fleeting instance in time, but a dynamic canvas upon which you paint the masterpiece of your life. Each thought, feeling, and belief you hold in this moment becomes the seed of tomorrow's reality. The choices you make, the focus you maintain, and the energy you embody right now are shaping your future in ways both seen and unseen. To understand this is to unlock the profound truth that you are the creator, and your life is your creation. Many people live as though the present moment is insignificant, placing their attention either on the past, which cannot be changed, or on the future, which has not yet arrived. They let regret, fear, or uncertainty cloud their awareness of the now, forgetting that the present is the only place where true power resides. The past is but a memory, and the future is a projection. Neither has substance except what you give them in your thoughts. The present moment, however, is alive, vibrant, and pregnant with possibility. It is the eternal now where your creative power resides. Whatever you focus on now determines what manifests tomorrow. If you dwell on thoughts of lack, fear, or limitation, these will find their way into your reality, not because the universe is harsh, but because it faithfully mirrors the energy you project. Similarly, if you choose to focus on abundance, love, and the feeling of already having what you desire, the universe will conspire to bring these experiences into your life. This is not a passive process, but an active one, requiring conscious awareness and deliberate intention. Begin to see yourself as the chosen one, for indeed you are. You are chosen not in the sense of superiority over others, but in the sense that you possess within you the power to shape your destiny. This realization is the key to unlocking your potential. When you see yourself as the chosen one, you carry yourself differently. You begin to expect success, fulfillment, and joy, and these expectations, held with conviction, become self-fulfilling prophecies. To live as the chosen one is not about arrogance, but about alignment. It is about recognizing that you are inherently worthy, that the universe supports you, and that everything you desire is already available to you in the unseen realm. Your role is to align your thoughts and feelings with this truth, to act as though it is already so, and to trust the process. This alignment creates a resonance between you and your desires, drawing them into your experience effortlessly and naturally. The present moment offers you infinite opportunities to realign, to choose differently, and to focus on what you wish to create. If you find yourself consumed by doubt, fear, or negativity, remind yourself that you have the power to shift. In an instant, you can redirect your focus toward what uplifts and inspires you. This is the beauty of the present moment. It is ever renewing, giving you endless chances to create anew. Imagine yourself already living the life you desire. Feel the emotions of fulfillment, joy, and gratitude as though it were already yours. This act of imagination is not mere daydreaming, it is the creative process in its purest form. When you engage with these feelings deeply and consistently, you begin to embody the energy of the life you wish to create. The universe, in turn, reflects this energy back to you in the form of people, opportunities, and circumstances that align with your vision. You will understand that the present moment is neutral until you give it meaning. It does not impose limitations or conditions, it simply responds to your focus. If you view this moment as a gift, as a blank canvas upon which you can paint your desires, you will begin to see its limitless potential. Conversely, if you see it as a burden filled with obstacles and constraints, you will find these reflected in your experience. The choice is always yours. As you move through your day, practice mindfulness and intentionality. Notice the thoughts you entertain and the emotions you cultivate. Are they aligned with the reality you wish to create? If not, gently redirect them. Treat each moment as an opportunity to reaffirm your role as the chosen one, the creator of your life. Speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement, for the words you use carry power. Declare your worthiness, your capability, and your readiness to receive all that you desire. When you embrace the present moment as your canvas and see yourself as the chosen one, you transform not only your perception of life but life itself. Reality begins to shift in ways that seem miraculous, yet these miracles are the natural result of living in alignment with your creative power. Trust in this process and know that every masterpiece begins with a single brushstroke. The life you envision is waiting to be painted, one deliberate, inspired moment at a time. Doubt is the only enemy that stands between you and the extraordinary life you are destined to live. It is the silent saboteur, the inner voice that questions, undermines, and hesitates. Yet doubt has no power of its own. It thrives only when you grant it authority over your thoughts and emotions. To reclaim your power, you must recognize doubt for what it truly is, a shadow of fear, a fleeting illusion that dissolves in the light of faith. Doubt, on the other hand, is the voice that says, what if it doesn't happen, or what if I'm not capable? It pulls your focus away from your vision and directs it toward fear, scarcity, and limitation. The danger of doubt lies in its ability to create a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you entertain it, the more it shapes your reality, not because it is true, but because your energy flows where your attention goes. If you focus on doubt, you strengthen it. If you focus on faith, you transcend it. To release doubt, you must first understand its origins. Doubt often arises from past experiences, societal conditioning, or fear of the unknown. These influences create a narrative in your mind, a story that says you are not enough, that success is for others, or that the universe is indifferent to your desires. But these stories are not truths, they are interpretations. You have the power to rewrite them, to choose a narrative that empowers you rather than limits you. One of the most effective ways to overcome doubt is to anchor yourself in the present moment. Doubt thrives in the future, in the endless what-ifs that pull you away from the now. But the present moment is your sanctuary, the place where your power resides. When you bring your awareness to the here and now, you quiet the noise of doubt and connect with the stillness of your inner being. In this state, you can hear the whispers of your intuition, the gentle guidance that assures you all is well. Another way to dissolve doubt is to cultivate gratitude for what is already unfolding in your life. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from fear to trust. When you appreciate what you have, you create a vibration of receiving, opening the door for more blessings to flow into your experience. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to doubt, because it reminds you that the universe has already provided for you in countless ways and will continue to do so. Trusting the process is essential. The path to your desires is rarely a straight line. It is a journey of growth, discovery, and alignment. Along the way, there may be moments of uncertainty, but these are not signs of failure. They are opportunities to deepen your faith, to reaffirm your vision, and to align more fully with the energy of what you seek. Trust that every delay, detour, or challenge serves a purpose, preparing you for the fulfillment of your dreams. You must also learn to act as if your desires are already yours. This is not about pretending or forcing, but about embodying the energy of fulfillment. When you feel the joy, gratitude, and confidence of already having what you want, you create a magnetic pull that draws your desires to you. Doubt cannot coexist with the energy of certainty. The more you practice living from a place of faith, the weaker doubt becomes until it fades entirely. Let go of the need to control every detail. Doubt often arises from a lack of trust in the timing and methods of the universe. But the how and when are not your concern. Your role is to hold the vision and take inspired action. The universe has its own divine order, a flow that is always working in your favor, even when it seems otherwise. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. Doubt is not your enemy because it exists. It is your enemy only when you believe it. You have the power to choose faith over fear, trust over hesitation, and creation over limitation. Each time you do, you strengthen your connection to the extraordinary. Release doubt, embrace faith, and trust the process. The universe is always conspiring in your favor, and your dreams are already on their way to you. All you need to do is believe. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the flow of blessings into your life. It is not merely an act of politeness or a fleeting moment of appreciation. It is a powerful spiritual practice that aligns you with the infinite abundance of the universe. Gratitude is a recognition of the abundance already present in your life, a conscious acknowledgement that everything you have, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, is part of the divine orchestration supporting your journey. When you cultivate gratitude, you magnify this alignment, creating a magnetic pull for even greater blessings to manifest. The practice of gratitude begins with awareness. Many people move through life focusing on what they lack, what they have yet to achieve, or the challenges they face. This focus on scarcity creates a vibration of lack, which the universe mirrors back. But when you shift your focus to what is already present, you change the energy you project. Gratitude is a declaration that you recognize the abundance in your life, and in doing so, you invite more of it. It is an act of faith, a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more because you value what you already have. Gratitude has a magnifying effect. When you express genuine appreciation, you amplify the energy of what you are grateful for, drawing more of the same into your experience. This is not a passive process. It is a deliberate choice to see the good in every situation, to find the blessings even in the challenges. The more you practice gratitude, the more you will notice the abundance around you, and this awareness creates a ripple effect, attracting even greater abundance into your life. To cultivate gratitude, start with the simple things. Each day, take a moment to reflect on the blessings in your life. These could be as basic as the air you breathe, the roof over your head, or the food on your table. They could be as profound as the love of family and friends, the lessons learned from difficult experiences, or the opportunities that have come your way. By focusing on these gifts, you train your mind to see abundance rather than lack. Gratitude is also deeply connected to the present moment. When you are grateful, you are fully present, immersed in the here and now. You are not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. You are engaged with the beauty of this moment. This presence is a powerful state of being, for it is in the present that your creative power resides. Gratitude grounds you in the now, where you can fully appreciate the richness of life and tap into the limitless potential of the universe. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a way of being. It is a choice to live in alignment with the abundance of the universe, to see every moment as a gift, and to trust that you are always supported. The more you embody this state, the more you will find to be grateful for, and the more the universe will respond in kind. Recognize that your desires are not random, they are sacred signals guiding you toward your purpose. See the present moment as a canvas where your thoughts and emotions paint the reality of tomorrow. Release doubt, for it is the only barrier between you and the extraordinary. Above all, embrace gratitude as the key that unlocks infinite blessings, amplifying your connection to the abundance that surrounds you. As you walk forward, know that you are supported by the unseen forces of the universe, which conspire in your favor. Trust the process, hold your vision, and act as if your dreams are already realized. In doing so, you align with your highest potential and allow miracles to unfold effortlessly. Thank you for allowing these words to touch your heart and mind. May they inspire you to live boldly, dream expansively, and create a life that reflects the greatness within you. You are chosen, and your journey has only just begun. As the final month of the year unfolds, I invite you to open your heart and prepare for the divine transformation awaiting you. This December is not an ordinary one, it is a sacred opportunity, a time set apart by God to rewrite the story of your life. Transformation begins with faith, a faith that sees beyond what is visible. Do not look at the conditions of your current reality and think this is all there is. No. The power that created the heavens and the earth dwells within you, ready to create miracles. When you believe, truly believe, you ignite that power, and what was once impossible becomes inevitable. This month, renew your mind. Cast away thoughts of fear, lack, and limitation. Replace them with the certainty that you are loved, chosen, and destined for greatness. Speak words of life over yourself. Say, I am ready. I am transformed. I am whole. Do not underestimate the power of your inner conversation. It shapes your reality. Now I ask you to do something extraordinary. Close your eyes and see yourself as the person you desire to be. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. Feel the joy, the freedom, and the peace that comes with living in that reality. Walk through each day as though it has already happened. When you feel it deeply enough, the outer world has no choice but to conform. But remember, this transformation requires surrender. Let go of the need to control every detail. Trust that the divine is working, even when you cannot see it. Release your worries, they are unnecessary baggage. God has already planned the way, and it is perfect. Live in gratitude. Gratitude is the language of faith. Thank God for the blessings that are already yours, even before they arrive. When you live in a state of thanksgiving, you draw more of what you desire into your life. This December is your month. Step into it with expectation, for God is about to transform your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. The doors you thought were closed will swing open. The blessings you thought were delayed will come rushing in. December carries with it an energy unlike any other month. As the year comes to a close, it creates a sacred pause, a moment where time itself seems to whisper possibilities. It is a divine invitation to step into alignment with the transformation that has been waiting for you. This isn't just another month on the calendar, it is a portal, a window through which you can step into the life you were always meant to live. Consider how nature itself reflects this truth. In the northern hemisphere, The stillness of winter begins to take hold. The trees, stripped bare of their leaves, stand in quiet expectation. They are not dead, they are preparing. Beneath the surface, their roots stretch deeper, anchoring them for the growth that will come in spring. This is December's gift to us, a chance to go inward, to deepen our faith, and to prepare for the abundant transformation that is already set in motion. Transformation is not an event, it is a process, one that often begins in stillness. In this final month of the year, you are being asked to align with the divine timing of your life. That timing is not random. It is precise, orchestrated by a power greater than you, and it carries within it the perfect conditions for your breakthrough. Just as the universe operates with impeccable order, the stars moving in their appointed paths, the tides ebbing and flowing without fail, your life follows a divine rhythm. December is the crescendo, the culmination of what has been working beneath the surface all along. This is the time to open your heart to what is possible. Too often we look at our circumstances and assume they define us. But December reminds us that nothing is fixed. The energy of this month holds the potential for renewal and rebirth. The mistakes, delays, and disappointments of the past 11 months have no power here unless you allow them to. December invites you to let go of what no longer serves you and to step boldly into the new. But alignment with divine timing requires faith. Faith is not merely believing in something unseen, it is the unshakable conviction that what is meant for you is already yours. December gives you the space to deepen that faith, to trust in the timing even when the evidence is not yet visible. Trust that everything is happening exactly as it should, at the perfect moment. This is also a time to take inspired action. Alignment does not mean passivity, it means moving in harmony with the energy around you. Listen to the whispers of your intuition, the gentle nudges that guide you toward what is right. When you act in faith, the divine meets you halfway, opening doors you didn't even know existed. December is here, carrying within it the promise of transformation. It is not a question of whether it will happen, it is a question of whether you are ready to align with it. Trust the divine timing and step into your new beginning. Faith is the cornerstone upon which all transformation is built. It is not merely a fleeting hope or a wishful thought, it is the steadfast knowing that what you desire is already on its way. Faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, the formless and the formed. Without it, even the greatest opportunities can pass you by, for faith is what activates the divine power within you, making the impossible possible. When we speak of faith, we are speaking of a belief so unwavering, so unshaken, that it persists regardless of circumstances. Faith does not depend on what your eyes can see or what your hands can touch. It transcends the physical and operates in the realm of the unseen. True faith looks beyond the temporary setbacks, the delays, and the appearances of lack, holding steadfast to the assurance that what is promised will come to pass. Belief is the seed from which all manifestations grow. Imagine a farmer planting seeds in the soil. He does not dig them up every day to check their progress. He waters them, nurtures them, and trusts that in time they will sprout. Faith works the same way. When you plant the seed of a desire in your mind, you must believe in its eventual harvest, even if there is no immediate evidence to support it. Doubt is like pulling the seed out of the soil before it has a chance to take root. Faith, however, is the gentle patience that allows growth to occur unseen. But faith is not passive. It requires action. This does not mean frantic striving or forcing things to happen. It means living as though your desire is already fulfilled. When you walk in faith, your thoughts, words, and actions align with the reality you seek to create. You no longer beg or plead for what you want. Instead, you give thanks, knowing it is already yours. Faith transforms your inner world, and as your inner world changes, your outer reality must follow. Faith is also resilient. It does not waver in the face of challenges. Instead, it grows stronger, fortified by the understanding that obstacles are not the end of the road, but stepping stones on the journey to fulfillment. Every setback is an opportunity to deepen your belief, to reaffirm your trust in the divine timing of your life. True faith does not crumble under pressure, it rises to meet it, knowing that all things work together for good. To activate your deepest desires, you must anchor yourself in this unwavering belief. You must hold the vision of what you want so clearly in your mind that it becomes more real to you than the present circumstances. Faith is the foundation that supports this vision, the unshakable conviction that connects you to the power that creates worlds. When your faith is strong, your manifestation is inevitable. Believe, and it will be so. Your inner conversation, the dialogue you have with yourself throughout the day, is the foundation of this renewal. Too often we let our thoughts run on autopilot, filled with doubts, fears, and limitations that we've unknowingly accepted as truth. These patterns, repeated over time, create a mental environment that stifles growth and keeps us locked in the same cycles. But here is the truth: you have the power to change this. By consciously shifting your inner dialogue, you can reshape the landscape of your mind and, in turn, transform your life. The first step is awareness. Pay attention to what you are telling yourself. Are your thoughts filled with lack and limitation? Do you frequently dwell on what is missing or what could go wrong? If so, recognize these as weeds in your mental garden. They must be uprooted and replaced with affirmations of abundance and possibility. Speak to yourself as though you are already the person you wish to become. Instead of saying, "I can't afford this" or "I'm not good enough," declare, "I am abundant in every way, and I am capable of achieving my desires." Consistency is key. Renewing your mind is not a one-time act but a daily practice. Just as you would feed your body nourishing food to sustain it, you must feed your mind thoughts that uplift and empower you. Begin each day by setting the tone for your inner conversation. Affirm what you want to create in your life, visualize it vividly, and feel the emotions of already having it. Carry this energy with you throughout the day, returning to it whenever doubts or negative thoughts arise. It's important to understand that your thoughts are not idle, they are creative. What you consistently think about, you bring into being. This is why renewing your mind daily is so crucial. By focusing on abundance and possibility, you align yourself with the frequency of what you desire. Your thoughts become a magnet, drawing to you the people, opportunities, and circumstances that reflect the reality you've been cultivating within. As you persist in this practice, you will notice a shift not only in your mindset but also in your outer experiences. Doors that once seemed closed will begin to open. Challenges will transform into stepping stones. You will see evidence of your renewed mind in the blessings that start to flow effortlessly into your life. Transformation begins within. Each day is a new chance to choose thoughts that serve you, to shift your inner conversation toward abundance and possibility. When you renew your mind daily, you open the door to a life of limitless potential. The life you desire is closer than you think. It is not a distant possibility, nor is it something you must chase endlessly. Instead, it is a reality waiting for you to claim it. The key lies in seeing it, feeling it, and claiming it as your own. This powerful approach transforms mere wishes into tangible experiences, bridging the gap between what is imagined and what is real. It begins with a simple yet profound act: envisioning the life you desire with clarity and intention. But envisioning alone is not enough. You must feel it. Emotions are the driving force behind creation. To bring your desires to life, you must generate the feelings associated with already living that life. If it is abundance you seek, feel the gratitude and security that come with it. If it is love, feel the joy and warmth of being cherished. These emotions create a powerful energetic frequency that attracts similar experiences into your reality. When you combine the clarity of your vision with the intensity of your emotions, you create a magnetic force that draws your desires closer to you. Claiming your desired life is the final and most critical step. This means living as though it is already yours. Walk through your day with the confidence, gratitude, and mindset of someone who has already achieved what they desire. speak, think, and act from this state of being. If you wish to be financially abundant, make decisions as if abundance is already your reality. If you desire fulfilling relationships, show up with the love and kindness you wish to receive. By embodying the version of yourself who has already claimed their desires, you collapse the distance between you and your goals. Your imagination is the blueprint of your life. By envisioning your desired reality, feeling its presence, and claiming it boldly, you activate the divine power that turns dreams into reality. See it, feel it, claim it, and watch as your life transforms in extraordinary ways. Letting go and trusting is one of the most liberating acts you can embrace. It requires a surrendering of control, a willingness to release doubt and worry, and an unwavering faith in the higher power orchestrating the events of your life. This act of trust is not about resignation or passivity. It is an active alignment with the flow of divine guidance, allowing you to move from struggle to serenity. Doubt and worry often creep in when we focus too much on the how of our desires. We become entangled in the details, attempting to control every outcome and forcing things to happen on our timeline. This mindset stems from fear that our desires might not manifest, fear that we are unworthy, or fear of the unknown. Yet this very fear creates resistance, blocking the flow of what is already meant for us. Letting go means releasing this resistance, understanding that what you desire is not only possible but inevitable when you align with it through faith and surrender. Trust begins with acknowledging the presence of a higher power, an unseen force that is always working on your behalf. This power is infinite in its wisdom and knows the perfect path to bring your desires to fruition. While you may not see the full picture, you can rest assured that every moment, every interaction, and every circumstance is part of a divine tapestry being woven for your highest good. Letting go means stepping back and allowing this higher power to do its work, trusting that it will bring you what you need, when you need it, in the best possible way. Surrender does not mean giving up on your dreams. Instead, it is an act of handing over the weight of worry and control. It is affirming that you are co-creating with the divine, not carrying the burden alone. When you let go, you open yourself to receive guidance, inspiration, and opportunities that you might have otherwise overlooked in your effort to control everything. This surrender creates space for miracles to unfold, often in ways far greater than you could have imagined. To let go and trust, you must cultivate patience and presence. Instead of fixating on the future or dwelling on the past, anchor yourself in the now. Trust that the present moment is exactly as it should be, a stepping stone toward your desired reality. When doubts arise, and they will meet them with compassion and affirm your faith. Remind yourself of the times you've been guided before, the blessings that have shown up unexpectedly, and the synchronicities that confirm you are never alone. As you release doubt and surrender, you will feel a profound sense of peace. This peace is the knowing that you are supported, loved, and guided at all times. It is the realization that you are not here to figure it all out, but to trust the process and embrace the journey. Let go, trust, and allow the higher power to lead you to the life you are destined for. Everything you seek is already on its way. Your only task is to believe and receive. Gratitude is the master key to a fulfilled life. It is more than a polite expression or a fleeting thought. It is a powerful state of being that unlocks the doors to abundance, joy, and peace. When you begin and end each day with gratitude, you align yourself with the energy of what you desire, affirming not only the blessings you already have, but also those that are on their way. Gratitude is a bridge, connecting your present reality with the unlimited possibilities of the divine. Starting your day with gratitude sets the tone for everything that follows. Upon waking, resist the urge to rush into tasks or dwell on worries. Instead, take a moment to reflect on what you are grateful for. It can be as simple as the breath in your lungs, the roof over your head, or the opportunities a new day brings. Speak or write these thoughts aloud, feeling the warmth of appreciation in your heart. This act shifts your focus from lack to abundance, creating a foundation for positivity and receptivity. By choosing gratitude as your first thought, you invite the day to unfold with grace and ease. Gratitude is not limited to what you currently have, it extends to the blessings yet to come. When you express gratitude for your desires as if they are already fulfilled, you activate a powerful creative force. This is not wishful thinking, it is an affirmation of faith. For example, if you desire financial abundance, give thanks for the opportunities that are flowing to you. If you seek love, express gratitude for the relationships that nurture and support you. This practice sends a clear message to the universe you trust in its ability to deliver, and you are ready to receive. Ending your day with gratitude is equally transformative. No matter what challenges the day may have brought, there is always something to appreciate. Reflect on the moments, big or small, that brought joy, growth, or insight. Perhaps it was a kind word from a stranger, a solution to a problem, or simply the ability to persevere through a difficult situation. By focusing on these positive aspects, you close the day with a heart full of appreciation, paving the way for restful sleep and a fresh perspective. Gratitude also has the power to shift your perspective during difficult times. When faced with challenges, it is easy to fall into the trap of negativity and despair. Yet even in these moments, gratitude can be a lifeline. Instead of focusing on what is wrong, look for what is still good. Gratitude does not deny the pain or difficulty, it simply reminds you of the strength, hope, and support that still exist. This shift in focus transforms problems into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. Living with gratitude is a daily choice, a habit that becomes second nature over time. The more you practice it, the more you will see its impact on your life. Gratitude opens your heart, elevates your energy, and aligns you with the flow of blessings that are always available. Start and end each day with gratitude, and watch as doors you never imagined begin to open. As we move through this transformative season, remember that the power to align with divine abundance lies within you. December is not just another month, it is a sacred invitation to embrace faith, renew your mind, envision your desires, and live as though your blessings are already yours. Trust in the higher power working tirelessly behind the scenes, and let gratitude be the cornerstone of your journey. Release doubt, surrender control, and know that what you seek is seeking you. This is your time. The divine is ready to transform your life in ways beyond your imagination. Open your heart, focus your thoughts, and walk in unwavering faith. Each step you take with belief and trust brings you closer to the fulfillment of your dreams. Thank you for allowing these words to inspire and guide you. May this December be the turning point where you step into the life you are destined to live. Trust the process, embrace the journey, and watch miracles unfold. Carrying within it the promise of transformation. It is not a question of whether it will happen, it is a question of whether you are ready to align with it. Trust the divine timing and step into your new beginning. Faith is the cornerstone upon which all transformation is built. It is not merely a fleeting hope or a wishful thought, it is the steadfast knowing that what you desire is already on its way. Faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, the formless and the formed. Without it, even the greatest opportunities can pass you by, for faith is what activates the divine power within you, making the impossible possible. When we speak of faith, we are speaking of a belief so unwavering, so unshaken, that it persists regardless of circumstances. Faith does not depend on what your eyes can see or what your hands can touch. It transcends the physical and operates in the realm of the unseen. True faith looks beyond the temporary setbacks, the delays, and the appearances of lack, holding steadfast to the assurance that what is promised will come to pass. Belief is the seed from which all manifestations grow. Imagine a farmer planting seeds in the soil. He does not dig them up every day to check their progress. He waters them, nurtures them, and trusts that in time they will sprout. Faith works the same way. When you plant the seed of a desire in your mind, you must believe in its eventual harvest, even if there is no immediate evidence to support it. Doubt is like pulling the seed out of the soil before it has a chance to take root. Faith, however, is the gentle patience that allows growth to occur unseen. But faith is not passive. It requires action. This does not mean frantic striving or forcing things to happen. It means living as though your desire is already fulfilled. When you walk in faith, your thoughts, words, and actions align with the reality you seek to create. You no longer beg or plead for what you want. Instead, you give thanks, knowing it is already yours. Faith transforms your inner world, and as your inner world changes, your outer reality must follow. Faith is also resilient. It does not waver in the face of challenges. Instead, it grows stronger, fortified by the understanding that obstacles are not the end of the road, but stepping stones on the journey to fulfillment. Every setback is an opportunity to deepen your belief, to reaffirm your trust in the divine timing of your life. True faith does not crumble under pressure, it rises to meet it, knowing that all things work together for good. To activate your deepest desires, you must anchor yourself in this unwavering belief. You must hold the vision of what you want so clearly in your mind that it becomes more real to you than the present circumstances. Faith is the foundation that supports this vision, the unshakable conviction that connects you to the power that creates worlds. When your faith is strong, your manifestation is inevitable. Believe, and it will be so. Your inner conversation, the dialogue you have with yourself throughout the day, is the foundation of this renewal. Too often we let our thoughts run on autopilot, filled with doubts, fears, and limitations that we've unknowingly accepted as truth. These patterns, repeated over time, create a mental environment that stifles growth and keeps us locked in the same cycles. But here is the truth: you have the power to change this. By consciously shifting your inner dialogue, you can reshape the landscape of your mind and, in turn, transform your life. The first step is awareness. Pay attention to what you are telling yourself. Are your thoughts filled with lack and limitation? Do you frequently dwell on what is missing or what could go wrong? If so, recognize these as weeds in your mental garden. They must be uprooted and replaced with affirmations of abundance and possibility. Speak to yourself as though you are already the person you wish to become. Instead of saying, "I can't afford this" or "I'm not good enough," declare, "I am abundant in every way, and I am capable of achieving my desires." Consistency is key. Renewing your mind is not a one-time act, but a daily practice. Just as you would feed your body nourishing food to sustain it, you must feed your mind thoughts that uplift and empower you. Begin each day by setting the tone for your inner conversation. Affirm what you want to create in your life, visualize it vividly, and feel the emotions of already having it. Carry this energy with you throughout the day, returning to it whenever doubts or negative thoughts arise. It's important to understand that your thoughts are not idle, they are creative. What you consistently think about, you bring into being. This is why renewing your mind daily is so crucial. By focusing on abundance and possibility, you align yourself with the frequency of what you desire. Your thoughts become a magnet, drawing to you the people, opportunities, and circumstances that reflect the reality you've been cultivating within. As you persist in this practice, you will notice a shift not only in your mindset but also in your outer experiences. Doors that once seemed closed will begin to open. Challenges will transform into stepping stones. You will see evidence of your renewed mind in the blessings that start to flow effortlessly into your life. Transformation begins within. Each day is a new chance to choose thoughts that serve you, to shift your inner conversation toward abundance and possibility. When you renew your mind daily, you open the door to a life of limitless potential. The life you desire is closer than you think. It is not a distant possibility, nor is it something you must chase endlessly. Instead, it is a reality waiting for you to claim it. The key lies in seeing it, feeling it, and claiming it as your own. This powerful approach transforms mere wishes into tangible experiences, bridging the gap between what is imagined and what is real. It begins with a simple yet profound act, envisioning the life you desire with clarity and intention. But envisioning alone is not enough. You must feel it. Emotions are the driving force behind creation. To bring your desires to life, you must generate the feelings associated with already living that life. If it is abundance you seek, feel the gratitude and security that come with it. If it is love, feel the joy and warmth of being cherished. These emotions create a powerful energetic frequency that attracts similar experiences into your reality. When you combine the clarity of your vision with the intensity of your emotions, you create a magnetic force that draws your desires closer to you. Claiming your desired life is the final and most critical step. This means living as though it is already yours. Walk through your day with the confidence, gratitude, and mindset of someone who has already achieved what they desire. Speak, think, and act from this state of being. If you wish to be financially abundant, make decisions as if abundance is already your reality. If you desire fulfilling relationships, show up with the love and kindness you wish to receive. By embodying the version of yourself who has already claimed their desires, you collapse the distance between you and your goals. Your imagination is the blueprint of your life. By envisioning your desired reality, feeling its presence, and claiming it boldly, you activate the divine power that turns dreams into reality. See it, feel it, claim it, and watch as your life transforms in extraordinary ways. Letting go and trusting is one of the most liberating acts you can embrace. It requires a surrendering of control, a willingness to release doubt and worry, and an unwavering faith in the higher power orchestrating the events of your life. This act of trust is not about resignation or passivity. It is an active alignment with the flow of divine guidance, allowing you to move from struggle to serenity. Doubt and worry often creep in when we focus too much on the how of our desires. We become entangled in the details, attempting to control every outcome and forcing things to happen on our timeline. This mindset stems from fear that our desires might not manifest, fear that we are unworthy, or fear of the unknown. Yet this very fear creates resistance, blocking the flow of what is already meant for us. Letting go means releasing this resistance, understanding that what you desire is not only possible but inevitable when you align with it through faith and surrender. Trust begins with acknowledging the presence of a higher power, an unseen force that is always working on your behalf. This power is infinite in its wisdom and knows the perfect path to bring your desires to fruition. While you may not see the full picture, you can rest assured that every moment, every interaction, and every circumstance is part of a divine tapestry being woven for your highest good. Letting go means stepping back and allowing this higher power to do its work, trusting that it will bring you what you need, when you need it, in the best possible way. Surrender does not mean giving up on your dreams. Instead, it is an act of handing over the weight of worry and control. It is affirming that you are co-creating with the divine, not carrying the burden alone. When you let go, you open yourself to receive guidance, inspiration, and opportunities that you might have otherwise overlooked in your effort to control everything. This surrender creates space for miracles to unfold, often in ways far greater than you could have imagined. To let go and trust, you must cultivate patience and presence. Instead of fixating on the future or dwelling on the past, anchor yourself in the now. Trust that the present moment is exactly as it should be, a stepping stone toward your desired reality. When doubts arise, and they will meet them with compassion and affirm your faith. Remind yourself of the times you've been guided before, the blessings that have shown up unexpectedly, and the synchronicities that confirm you are never alone. As you release doubt and surrender, you will feel a profound sense of peace. This peace is the knowing that you are supported, loved, and guided at all times. It is the realization that you are not here to figure it all out, but to trust the process and embrace the journey. Let go, trust, and allow the higher power to lead you to the life you are destined for. Everything you seek is already on its way. Your only task is to believe and receive. Gratitude is the master key to a fulfilled life. It is more than a polite expression or a fleeting thought. It is a powerful state of being that unlocks the doors to abundance, joy, and peace. When you begin and end each day with gratitude, You align yourself with the energy of what you desire, affirming not only the blessings you already have, but also those that are on their way. Gratitude is a bridge, connecting your present reality with the unlimited possibilities of the divine. Starting your day with gratitude sets the tone for everything that follows. Upon waking, resist the urge to rush into tasks or dwell on worries. Instead, take a moment to reflect on what you are grateful for. It can be as simple as the breath in your lungs, the roof over your head, or the opportunities a new day brings. Speak or write these thoughts aloud, feeling the warmth of appreciation in your heart. This act shifts your focus from lack to abundance, creating a foundation for positivity and receptivity. By choosing gratitude as your first thought, you invite the day to unfold with grace and ease. Gratitude is not limited to what you currently have, it extends to the blessings yet to come. When you express gratitude for your desires as if they are already fulfilled, you activate a powerful creative force. This is not wishful thinking, it is an affirmation of faith. For example, if you desire financial abundance, give thanks for the opportunities that are flowing to you. If you seek love, express gratitude for the relationships that nurture and support you. This practice sends a clear message to the universe you trust in its ability to deliver, and you are ready to receive. Ending your day with gratitude is equally transformative. No matter what challenges the day may have brought, there is always something to appreciate. Reflect on the moments, big or small, that brought joy, growth, or insight. Perhaps it was a kind word from a stranger, a solution to a problem, or simply the ability to persevere through a difficult situation. By focusing on these positive aspects, you close the day with a heart full of appreciation, paving the way for restful sleep and a fresh perspective. Gratitude also has the power to shift your perspective during difficult times. When faced with challenges, it is easy to fall into the trap of negativity and despair. Yet even in these moments, gratitude can be a lifeline. Instead of focusing on what is wrong, look for what is still good. Gratitude does not deny the pain or difficulty, it simply reminds you of the strength, hope, and support that still exist. This shift in focus transforms problems into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. Living with gratitude is a daily choice, a habit that becomes second nature over time. The more you practice it, the more you will see its impact on your life. Gratitude opens your heart, elevates your energy, and aligns you with the flow of blessings that are always available. Start and end each day with gratitude, and watch as doors you never imagined begin to open. As we move through this transformative season, remember that the power to align with divine abundance lies within you. December is not just another month, it is a sacred invitation to embrace faith, renew your mind, envision your desires, and live as though your blessings are already yours. Trust in the higher power working tirelessly behind the scenes, and let gratitude be the cornerstone of your journey. Release doubt, surrender control, and know that what you seek is seeking you. This is your time. The divine is ready to transform your life in ways beyond your imagination. Open your heart, focus your thoughts, and walk in unwavering faith. Each step you take with belief and trust brings you closer to the fulfillment of your dreams. Thank you for allowing these words to inspire and guide you. May this December be the turning point where you step into the life you are destined to live. Trust the process, embrace the journey, and watch miracles unfold.